Greetings, Hotep brothers and sisters. My name is Nkosi Mundari. Today is June 24th, 2012. I come to you once again by way of focus, due diligence, good health, and love for self and kind. I'd like to take this opportunity to offer an alternative to the three major religions that the overwhelming majority of Africans globally embrace, and that is Christianity and its corresponding literature, the Bible, Islam and its Quran, and Judaism and its Torah. Now, what religious or spiritual concept would offer a people the maximum potential for survivability? Well, that would be a spiritual concept that is based in science. What spiritual concept would that be? That spiritual concept would be Ankh theology. What is Ankh theology? Ankh is the ancient African symbol for life, eternal life, or life everlasting, and theology is the scientific study of truth. Thus, you have the science of living truth. We use the Ankh as our symbol for life because of the status that it held in ancient African spiritual life, but most importantly, is the scientific meaning behind the symbol. Our ancestors were very scientific and very mathematical in their approach to life, which is evident by the pyramids, the Sphinx, and the advanced sciences and technologies that still amaze the world 10,000 years later. For clarity's sake, this is an Ankh. The Ankh represents two universal laws, the law of opposites and the law of neutrality. The Ankh itself is made up of two geometrical mathematical figures, the circle and the plus. I have a chart which is the principles of Ankh theology that will aid us. Our ancestors used the circle, which is a perfect geometrical figure, to symbolize the one creator and the law of neutrality. The circle that makes up the law of neutrality, it is continuous, it's eternal, it's infinite. It has no beginning and it has no end. Just like the one creator. The circle itself is perfect, just like the one creator. From the center of the circle, which is the one creator, to all sides of the circle, which is creation, it is equal, it is even, it is the same, it is neutral, which is our relationship to the one creator. The definition of the law of neutrality is the universal law which indicates that all life forms come from one creative source, the one creator. And the one creator is absolutely neutral to all individual forms of life. Understanding this law lets you know that you have total responsibility for providing for yourself, preserving yourself, and protecting yourself on every level of your existence. It also lets you know that you cannot petition, you cannot solicit, you cannot beg or pray to the one creator for blessings, for pardons, for forgivings, for favors, because the one creator has given you everything that you need to sustain your existence in this lifetime. You have been given the powers of thought, the powers of choice, and the power of action. In addition, you have been given a bonus power, and that is the power of reproduction. With the powers of thought, choice, and action, you can choose which thought to act on. And we have the powers to reproduce, which means that we can maintain our existence physically and we can use the numbers to build with, work with, and to fight with collectively to protect ourselves and our land. Okay, now let's go to the law of opposites. Once again, our ancestors, in their brilliance, used another mathematical geometrical symbol to symbolize this law, and that is the plus sign. From the center of the plus sign, east, west, left, right are opposites. From the center up, down, north, south is opposites. The definition of the law of opposites is the universal law which indicates that the universe is comprised of an infinite variety of opposite life forms. And these opposite life forms are different, antagonistic, and often hostile to each other in varying degrees. The universe, brothers and sisters, was created out of opposites, and opposites, I should say, offer balance in the universe. And understanding this law lets you know that all life forms have their own distinct interest and nature. And their interest in nature may be different from your interest in nature. And for example, even in our own species, the Homo sapiens sapiens species, you have Africans and Asians, Arabs, Europeans, etc. And they all have their own distinct interest and their own distinct nature. And nature itself backs that up because, for example, in the feline or cat family, you have lions and tigers and cheetahs and pumas and leopards, etc. And these felines or these cats don't live together. They don't play together. They don't hunt together. They do not mate together. We also need to remember this, brothers and sisters. We came from nature. So as a result, we are not exempt from the laws that govern nature. Before I proceed, for Ankh-theology, there is a corresponding literature, and that literature is called the Husia, Husia, which is a book that was transliterated by Dr. Maulana Karenga, which is the same Dr. Karenga who originated Kwanzaa. The brother did a brilliant, brilliant work. Okay, now for a healthier, more comprehensive understanding of the one creator. By definition, the one creator is the total combination of all that ever was, all that is, and all that ever will be, both known and unknown. The one creator is one and alone, without equal or adversary. The one creator is the mother of mothers and the father of fathers in all of creation. And once again, very important, brothers and sisters, the one creator is absolutely neutral to all individual forms of life. The one creator is the source and substance from which all things came into being, which is creation, and creation is all animate and inanimate life forms. Man, obviously, is an animated life form, and it is through the powers of thought, choice, and action that you can choose to be godlike or positive and good, or you can choose to be Satan-like, which is negative or evil. There are no pitchforks and horns and tails, but there is a fiery hell. It just happens to be right here, right now. Okay, here are a few things that Ankh-theology offers us. Ankh-theology protects us from individualism, tribalism, and group and organizational mentality. Ankh-theology keeps us in touch with reality. It teaches us that knowing should be the basis of our faith and not believing, for belief is for those who do not know. Ankh theology teaches us that the universe was founded on truth, and that truth can best be revealed through the medium of science, not superstition. Universal laws, brothers and sisters, are not man-made. They are divine, made by the Creator. And we can only recognize these laws and conform to these laws. It is irrelevant whether you've heard of universal laws or the law of neutrality or the law of opposites. It's irrelevant. The laws still apply. In closing, I'd like to share a prayer with you, and it is called the Holy Prayer of the Ankh. And it reads, O infinite and everlasting Almighty Creator, our one and only Superior, we shall forever give you our most humble and sacred thanks for delivering unto us your supreme gift of life upon this planet Earth, and for adding us unto you as yet another source of creative power and force within your infinite and everlasting almighty ranks. Indeed, we are wise in our understanding that you are the total combination of all that ever was, all that is, and all that ever will be, both known and unknown. And we are also wise in our understanding that we are but a small fractional part of the total membership of your infinite and everlasting almighty being. And we are indeed wise in our understanding that this planet which we now use, this moon which we now use, and this sun which we now use amounts to nothing more than mere particles of dust when compared to the infinite ocean of other planets, moons, and suns which form your infinite and everlasting almighty presence. Surely all that ever was, all that is, and all that ever will be belongs to you, for you are the whole of all, and indeed it is through our absolute adherence to this one sacred, one living, one infinite, and one everlasting truth that we shall forever live and grow in total harmony and peace with you, our Creator. Holy is the truth is salvation. Remember, brothers and sisters, we should always seek the highest truth, or the best way in all that we do. It is the way of a true warrior to follow truth no matter where it may lead. Asante Sana.